cosa? Nos tatakutan na cielo, bem mais nos takinan. Abre nos coração. Usa-nos para a vontade. Passou, nos que guarda usador de boa. Mostra-nos o caminho. Abre-nos mente para tudo o que botrece. Nós te pedimos em nome de Jesus. Amém.
Good night, everybody.
Boa noite, Turende.
And welcome.
E bom bini.
We're happy to see you here tonight.
Nós estamos contentos de mirar boa aqui a
We know
noite.
that it's not easy for most, if not all of you.
Nós estamos tembiata difícil.
Most of us would rather be home,
O pedi nós tem ganho de estar na casa.
relaxing with our feet up.
Tranquilo com os pés na laira.
So I know that you made an effort to come out.
Mi saco basta esforço para takinan.
And God will bless you for it.
Deus lo bendicionado você.
Okay. You learned already that the topic for tonight,
Você acaba com o tópico para a noite.
better days are coming.
Dia nang mejor lo bini.
One in the series
Uno de série
of the overall theme,
de inteiro completo
what's love got to do with it?
com Kiko amor tem a ver com
But
ele.
let us take a couple minutes
Lá nós tomamos rato
to refresh or to revise
para refrescar
the key points
o ponto nang
that
principal.
came out last night.
Com a sali ayer à noite.
Who remembered the name of the title of our topic for last
Quem
night?
acorda o título de ayer à noite?
Who was here last night?
Quem está aqui na ayer à noite?
Who else?
Quem mais?
Okay, what was the topic last night?
Kiko é tópico de ayer à noite tabata.
You know,
Você,
you all remind me of my grandmother.
você não acorda-me de minha abuela.
Growing up with my grandmother in the house,
Ora minha abuela junto com ele em casa,
she constantly used to tell me
constantemente eta bisa,
that when she tell me something,
que ora bisa algo,
it go through one ears.
eta dentro de
come
orelha
out the
sai
next.
outro.
I hope that's not what happened to you all.
E espera se está passando conosco.
Okay, the topic for last night was
El
love
tópico de ayer
letter
noche.
straight from the heart.
Tabata carta de amor foi coração.
And we established a few points.
E nós estabelecer algum ponto, né?
One, we established that the Bible,
Nós estabelecer que a Bíblia,
also called the scriptures,
também chama escritura,
also called the Word of God,
também chama a palavra de Deus,
is God's love letter to
é
us.
carta de amor de Deus para nós.
That everything
Que tudo
written in the Bible
que bidem a Bíblia,
was inspired by
aguardo
God.
inspirador de Deus.
In other words,
Com outra palavra,
God chose
Deus
prophets,
mostra a
holy
profeta
men,
nang, e gente nang,
and He put into their minds
ela põe na mente
what they have to write.
que com nanting escrever.
So they were writing
Pas eu Rinaldo estava escrevendo
what God told them
lo
to
que
write.
Deus avisa nang escrever.
That is why
Tá pensei,
we know
nós sabe
that the scriptures
que a escritura
or the Bible
of a Bíblia
or God's love letter to
ou
us
a carta de amor de Deus para nós,
has been inspired
aguardo inspirar
by God.
dor de Deus.
What else we learned?
Que mais nós assim?
That the Bible is made up of how many books?
Que a
Who
Bíblia
remember?
trata de quanto book?
How many books?
Quem tá acorda?
66.
6,
Yeah.
6.
And
66.
it's divided into two
E está partido em
sections,
duas
correct?
secções não.
First section is
A
called
primeira
what?
secção está guardo chamar
The Old Testament. Because it was written before what?
Passo ela guardo escrever promeco
Before Jesus came on earth.
Cristo abin na terra.
And how many books made up that part of the Bible we
Quanto
call the
book
Old
tem em
Testament?
Testament bio?
39. Good. You got
39.
some good memories here. 39.
39.
So that leaves us with 27,
Então
correct?
nós está queda com 26.
27. And those
27
27
e 27 nai
referred to as the
nós está referindo
The
não
New
como
Testament.
o Testamento Novo.
because those 27 books
E
were written
27
after
book agora escrevi
Christ left earth.
depois que Cristo vai feito.
Okay,
Nós está seguir.
let's get into the topic for tonight.
Laga nos vai den tópico para a noite.
Better days are coming.
Dia na mejor lobini.
I used to know a song by that name.
Ang mi ta acordo un cantica dia
But that's a
nombre.
long time ago.
Pero ta hopi tempo sa.
A man
Hamber
rushed into the bus terminal,
a curi drenta e terminal
like the
di
bus
convoy.
terminal in Otrobanda,
E sung na outra banda e.
early one morning,
Mainta trempang.
almost out of breath.
Hopi casi fuera di
And he
Rosea.
asked the attendant,
E ela puntre siyong
when does the 801 convoy for Bandabao leave?
que hora é convoy di 8 horas by banda bow.
The attendant said at 8:01.
E atende a bisele 8 horas to.
Well, the man replied,
Ora é ambra bisele.
on my watch,
Riba mio loshi.
it is 7:59.
Ting 7:55, 59.
On the town clock,
Riba
On
o
Brian
loshi
Plain.
di misa. Ting
it's also 7:59.
tambe ting 7:59.
And on the convoy terminal clock,
E riba e sundi e convoy nam
it is
paraipo.
4 minutes after 8.
Ting 4 minutos passadi 8.
So, which clock am I to go by?
E ora ita punta ta qual loshi mi ting kusigi.
The attendant told him,
E atende e shoa
you
bisele.
can go by any clock you want to go by,
Riba qual loshi kuboke.
but you can't go by the 801 convoy
Pero bono po bai ko e sundi 8 horas.
because it already left.
Paso ela bai kaba.
So, God's time
Paso e tempo de Deus
is moving forward
ta
hour
sigikana
by hour,
hora pa hora,
minute by minute.
minuto pa minuto.
God time is
Dios su
always
tempo.
the right time.
Sempre ta e tempo correto.
So let us examine
Laga nos
what
examina
God has revealed
Kiko Deus a
in
revelar
His love letter to
den
us
su carta de amor pa nos.
about our future
Tocante nos futuro
and the future
e e
of the
futuro
world.
di mundo.
Bible prophecy.
Profecia di Bible ta bisa.
Now, Bible prophecy
No,
is
profecia di Bible ta loke,
is what the Bible predicts
ta loke e Bible ta predisi
about the future.
tocante futuro.
And that is extremely important
E antes esta extremadamente
because it is
importante.
the sure word of God.
Paso esta é palavra segura de Deus.
In the second chapter,
Den es segundo
Of the book of
capítulo
Daniel.
de Daniel,
this is one of the books that are in the Old Testament.
essa aqui está onde book na Antigo Testamento bio.
So in the second chapter of the book of Daniel,
Den é segundo capítulo de
there
book de
is a
Daniel.
prophecy written
Tem profecias que bio.
about 2,500 years ago,
Mais ou menos 2500 anos passados.
600 years before the birth of Christ on earth.
1000 anos para que Jesus chega à terra.
And what does prophecy mean?
E Kiko é profecia aqui que men?
A prediction of the future.
Predição de futuro.
So regarding the book of Daniel,
Vai no book de Daniel.
you see, Christ said in
Cristo avisa.
Matthew 24,
Em
verse
Mateus
15,
24, verso 5,
he says,
ela avisa.
whosoever reads it,
E sunco lesse,
let him understand.
laga e compreender.
So the second chapter of the
Esse
book of Daniel
é de 2 capítulos de book de
is the
Daniel.
key
Ta e
to
yabi,
all symbolic prophecy.
ta e yabi de tur e símbolo nan de profecia.
That's prophecy that uses a lot of symbols.
Ta e profecia nan kutuza hopi
You find that
símbolo
in the
nan.
book of Daniel,
Botan esse de
and you
book de
find that
Daniel.
also in the book of Revelation.
To também botan de book de Revelação.
Now, King Nebuchadnezzar
Rei Nebuchadnezzar,
had a dream.
tabata tinha
But
sonho.
let's backtrack a bit.
Laga
Just
nós
who is
vai ver
King
contigo. Ta quem é
Nebuchadnezzar?
rei Nebuchadnezzar?
He was the king of Babylon.
E tabata é rei de
At
Babilônia.
that time, Babylon was a great, mighty
E
nation.
tempo e Babilônia tabata nação poderoso.
They had defeated and conquered Judah
Nang a conquista Judea
and destroyed the city of Jerusalem.
E nanga destruir a cidade de Jerusalém.
And as if that wasn't enough,
De maneira se tabata pouco,
they took the brightest
nanga
of the young people
nanga kwe e hende nandi e mucha homem nam ni masabi,
among the Jews
dengue judio nang
and took them captive
ibai ko nam preso
to Babylon.
na Babilonia.
Because it was one of their policies
Tabata dinang
that when they
polisia nang
conquered a territory,
ku ora nang conquista un territorio
to integrate
para integrar
the smart young people of
estang
that
masabi
territory
territorio
into their culture,
ding nang kultura.
so that they can become
Paso,
one of them in a way of speaking.
na porbira un parti di
And
nang.
Daniel
E Daniel
was one of the young
tabata
persons
undi e persona nang
that they
hobek
took
aki
in captivity
kunanga bay ding
to
cautiveria kuni
Babylon.
na Babilonia.
And because Daniel
E passou Daniel
was someone who loved God,
tabata un persona ku stima Dios.
what has love got to do with it?
Que amor tinha a ver kuni?
Daniel loved God.
Daniel
And
estima
those of
Dios.
you know his
E
story,
postan ko sa
know
a
what
história
his
de
love
Daniel.
for God
Kiko amor de Dios
did for him.
ahasi pa Daniel.
Love has everything to do with it.
Amor tin tukos de a ver kuni.
So, Daniel is in captivity in Babylon,
Daniel ta den cautiveria ding
and
Babilonia.
because of his wisdom,
E pa medio de sua
which
sabedoria,
which he always says is that he gets from God,
ku sempre labis la rainha de Dios.
he puts God first.
So eta pone Dios prome.
Because of this wisdom,
E pa motivo de sabedoria
he was
aqui.
promoted to several important positions
E ela wado promover na diferente posições
in the
importantes do
government
governo de Babilônia.
of Babylon. And so,
Assim,
Daniel chapter 2, from verses 1 to 13,
den Daniel
Two.
7:2
1 to 13,
de 1 até 30,
tells us
sabi sa nós,
that in the second year
den de 2
of the
anos
reign of King
e governação
Nebuchadnezzar,
de rei Nebuchadnezzar,
Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams.
Nebuchadnezzar
He
ahaya algum
dreamed
sonho
dreams.
nang.
Can you dream anything else but dreams?
Você sonha mais
Okay.
outro
He dreamed
nota sonho,
dreams.
ela sonha
Okay.
sonho nang.
But these dreams
Pero e sonho nang aqui
troubled his spirit,
a preocupar seu espírito.
and his sleep left him.
E seu sonho abandonei.
In other words,
Com outra
he
palavra,
was so disturbed,
estava assim a
he was so
perturbar,
troubled
assim a preocupar,
by this dream
para e sonho aqui,
that he jumped out of sleep
quella lanta foi sonho,
and he can't go back to sleep
então não
again.
pode vai dormir back.
You ever experienced that?
E
You
quando
had a
ele passava,
dream,
com bota sonho cos,
and the dream, it has espantado,
and the dream will
frightened
scare you. And
and you cannot go back to
And-
sleep again.
bom não pode pegar sonho back.
But that was not all.
Pero se não estava turcos.
He can't remember what he dreamed.
Pero enta quadra
Now,
tampouco
could
que ela
I mean,
sonha.
just imagine it.
Pero imaginava isso aqui.
You dream a dream.
Bota sonho cos,
The dream frightened you.
e sonho tá
You
espantado.
cannot go back to sleep,
Bom não pode vai dormir
but
back.
you can't remember
Pero
what
quando
you dreamed.
acorda
That
que
was the
sonha.
situation with
Receita bota a
Nebuchadnezzar.
situação com Nebuchadnezzar.
So what he did,
O que ela faz?
he called all of the magicians,
Ela
and he
llama
called all of the
Tursumaki ng
astrologers,
Astrólogo ng
and he called the sorcerers,
esnan hasidor
and
ni
he
brua.
called the Chaldeans.
Ela may kaldenyo nan.
Just to go to one side,
Abay
let me
banda.
just tell you quickly who were the Chaldeans.
Laga no explica ta kende kaldenyo nan.
The Chaldeans were a people
E kaldenyo nan
that
tabata
settled
hende.
immediately to the south of Babylon.
Kutabata masa meuna na e parte zuid de
And they were
Babilonia.
considered
Ilan ta wado
part of
considera
the
como parte-
territory or kingdom of Babylon.
parte de território de Babilônia.
And for that matter,
E pa e assunto
King Nebuchadnezzar was also a Chaldean.
e pa motivo de sei Nebuchadnezzar também estava tão caldeiro.
Okay, so he called all the magicians and astrologers, sorcerers, and he called all of the Chaldeans because they were supposed to be very smart people.
O seja, ainda na que mister estava ta hopi sabi.
And he wanted them
E eta kepa nang
to tell him what he dreamed
expliquei Kiko é a sonha.
and what the dream meant.
E Kiko é sonho significa.
And the Chaldeans, the Bible tells us in verse 4,
A Bible também tem verso
Daniel
4,
2, verse
Daniel
4,
2,
that the Chaldeans spoke to the king in Syriac. That was the language that they spoke. And the king understood that language.
Nanga papia ku rei ding elenga Syriac. So teling inanta papia.
And they said to the king,
Inanga bise rei.
O king, live forever.
Rei, viva para sempre.
Like we say, God save the queen. Or God save the king. They say, O king, live forever.
O rei, viva para sempre.
Nobody lives forever. And they said,
Nanga bisa.
Tell us, your servants, what you dream.
Bisa nos, vos sirviente nang Kiko basoya.
And we will interpret it for you.
Anto nos lo interprete pa bo.
The king answered them,
This
thing, this dream is gone from me. I don't remember it. And if you will not tell me what I dream and what my dream means, I'm going to cut you up in pieces. And I'm going to turn your houses into rubbish. I mean, what a thing. I mean, you got to tell me not only what my dream means, but you have to tell me what I dream. And if I can't do that, or if you can't do that, I tell you I'm going to kill you. Yeah. So that was the situation. They answered again. Let the king tell us, his servants, the dream. And we will show you the interpretation. And the king said to them, I know for sure that you're trying to gain time. I know for sure you're playing for time. We will say today. Huh? Okay. You translate that part? Playing for time? Okay. I was waiting to hear that. Okay. So the king said, I know you're playing for time. And you know, as I told you, I don't remember the dream. But if you would not tell me what I dream, there's only one declaration for you. And you know what it is. Because you have prepared lying and corrupt words to speak to me. Therefore, tell me the dream. And if you can tell me what I dream, then I know when you interpret it, the interpretation is correct. The Chaldeans, they answered, there's not a man upon this earth, king, that can tell you what you dream. There is no king, no ruler that asks such a thing from his magicians and wise men. And it is an unusual thing that the king requires. And there is no one can tell you what you dream except the gods, who don't dwell in flesh. Now the king got very angry now. Right now he's furious. And he made the command, destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And Daniel was included, because he was considered a wise person. The king decided to send Papiamento to Kabat two dinang.
Right, the king decided to finish all of them.
And so the declaration went out that the wise men should be killed. And they even began to look for Daniel and his friends to kill them. So Daniel and his friends prayed to God. And let us pay attention to that. When we are faced with what seems to be unsurmountable circumstances or problems, we need to take it to God in prayer. We need to pray. And there are several examples in the Bible where people, including prophets, including kings, when confronted with difficulties, they took it to God in prayer. So Daniel and his friends prayed to God, and God answered his prayer. God gave Daniel what the dream that the king had. But not only that, God also revealed to Daniel the meaning of the dream. So Daniel was able to go before the king, and we are now at Daniel 2 verses 31 to 35. And he said, King, you saw and witnessed a great image. Now, let me see if I can bring up that image for you. So Daniel is telling the king, you saw an image like that in a dream. And, O king, your dream reveals how the history of the world was outlined 2,500 years in advance. You saw, king, you witnessed a great image. And the verses that explain that image has about 213 words. And in 213 words, God revealed the future for 2,500 years in advance. For the next 2,500 years. It's like a divine television map of the future. So, let's examine this image. It is an image composed of base metals. Right. And also of clay. And it represented the world kingdoms, starting from the kingdom of Babylon. Let me see if I can get that up for you. Yeah. Starting with the kingdom of Babylon, which was represented by the head of the image. The head of the image was of gold. And Babylon, the Babylonian kingdom, lasted from 625 625 BC, the year 625 BC, till the year 539. Remember in BC, or when we're looking at years before Christ, as we advance through the years, the number gets less. Alright? Okay. So that's a total of 86 years. Then we go to the next part of the image. The upper body or the chest, which was of silver. And it represented the next nation that will conquer the Babylonians, which will be the kingdom of Medo-Persia. And they ruled, or as a kingdom, they lasted from 539 to 331 BC.
Nang adura for the 539 te 331 promeco Cristo.
And that's a total of 208 years.
Essa é uma totalidade de 208 anos.
And that kingdom of Medo-Persia was overtaken by the Greeks.
O reino de Medo-Pérsia agora conquistador de Grécia.
And that in this image, the Greeks,
o reinado de Grécia tem imagem aqui,
were represented by the torso or lower body of the image, as we displayed there. Right. And they, as a empire, lasted from 331 to the year 168 BC, for 163 years. They in turn were conquered by the Romans. Okay? And the legs of the image was of iron. And that represented Rome. Rome existed during the Iron Age, when men discovered how to make iron. And they used weapons of iron. And that is why God had iron to represent the Roman Empire, which lasted from 166 before Christ to 476 years after Christ. That empire lasted for 644 years. And now we go to the feet and toes. Now, the feet and toes of that image was made of a mixture of iron and clay. Now, what can we learn from that? First of all, if you mix iron and clay, that mixture is not going to last long. Because iron and clay don't make a good mix. Now, what is that telling us? That the Roman Empire was broken up into smaller kingdoms. Let me see if I can bring that up for you. Okay, I don't seem to find that part. So let me explain it to you.
Laat me expliquer.
The Roman Empire was broken up into 10 smaller kingdoms.
Il reino di Roma waru quebrado em 10 reis.
And those 10 kingdoms made up what we refer to as Western Europe. These were the names of the 10. The Anglo-Saxons, which today we call Great Britain. England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales.
Scotland,
Great Britain.
Gran Britannia.
In the past, they were the Anglo-Saxons. The second kingdom was the Franks. Today, that country is called France. The third kingdom was the kingdom of Alemany, which today is Germany.
Alemania.
And then the fourth kingdom is the Burgundians, which today is Switzerland. The fifth kingdom is the Lombards, which today is Italy. The sixth kingdom is the Visigoths, which today is Spain. The seventh kingdom, which was the Ostrogoths, that don't exist anymore. That was destroyed. The eighth kingdom, which was the Suevi, that's Portugal today. The ninth was the Vandals, which was also destroyed. And the 10th was the kingdom of the Heruli, which was also destroyed. So we remain with 7 out of those 10. And that's very significant, because that was prophesied in the book of Daniel. And these nations that remain, these 7, cannot be united again into one empire. We would not have another version of the Roman Empire, under which all of these nations or kingdoms was once united. We will not have that anymore. Why? Because God tells us in Daniel 2:43.
Then Daniel
2:43. God tells us that they shall not cleave one to another. God is saying not they might not. He's saying they will not cleave one to another. They will not be united again. Different times and different attempts was made. In the 8th century, a great leader called Charlemagne, right, a leader named Charlemagne tried to unite these kingdoms into one empire, and he failed. In the 16th century, Charles V,
Juan Carlos XVI,
Charles V tried and failed.
Juan Carlos XVI
in the 17th to the beginning of the 18th century, Louis XIV of France,
Louis XIV de Francia,
he also tried and he failed. In the 19th century, Napoleon Bonaparte tried to unite all the countries of Europe into one empire, and he failed. Also in the 20th century, we had Emperor William, and we have Adolf Hitler.
Também nós temos Adolf Hitler.
They tried to.
Nang apurba.
And they failed.
E também nang afaya.
The Bible tells us,
God
tells us, they shall not cleave one to the other.
Na outro.
And today, we have the European Union
União Europeia
trying to unite Europe. One currency, one country, without borders.
Sem fronteira, não.
And we know, and we're seeing it. If you
follow
the news, they are failing. Britain is coming out.
Britânia que sali.
Huh? Yeah, Brexit they call it.
Brexit.
Okay? Look, God has predicted this.
Deus a predisse esse.
He gave that vision.
Ela dona a visão
to
Daniel.
And he said, this is how the world is going to go for the next 2,500 years. Everything God told Daniel, everything God prophesied through Daniel has come to pass.
Através de Daniel, a suceder também.
The Babylonian Empire fell.
Império Babilônia cai.
To the Medo-Persians. Just as God had said.
Maneira Deus avisa.
The Medo-Persians fell.
Cai.
To the Greeks.
Cai na Grécia.
They were defeated by Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great.
Just as God told Daniel
would happen.
Okay? And then the Greeks were defeated by the Romans.
E depois Grécia aguardou conquistador de romano.
And the Roman Empire lasted a long time.
E Império Romano dura para
over
tempo
600
largo.
years.
Quase mais que 600 anos.
But just as God told Daniel,
maneira Deus avisa Daniel,
the Roman Empire
Império
collapsed within itself.
Cai de outro.
And was broken up into several smaller kingdoms. The names changed as I went through with you a while ago. But 7 of those 10 kingdoms still exist today. So therefore, it stands to reason that if all these things that was prophesied through Daniel came to pass, isn't it logical to believe that the rest of the things God said will happen? Right? Like we are told that Jesus will come again. Isn't it reasonable to accept that Jesus will come again? Amen. All right. And in Daniel 2, verse 35, the coming of Christ and the end of the world is near.
Está cerca.
Verse 2.
Verso 2.
Sorry, verse 35.
Verso 25.
The God of heaven
Deus de cielo
shall set up a kingdom
reinado
which shall never be destroyed.
Nunca lo guardo destruir.
It shall stand forever.
Lo para sempre.
This is Daniel 2, verse 44.
Está aqui da Daniel 2, 44.
And since all of the prophecies before this one were fulfilled, and we better believe that this one, that the God of heaven shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. It shall stand forever. We better believe that this prophecy will also be fulfilled. And then, we better believe that God knows your future and my future. And we better believe that God reveals sacred things and secret things to those who trust and love Him. What has love got to do with it? Everything. Daniel trusted and loved God. And God revealed secret things to Daniel. The future is bright for you and for me when you and I walk with Jesus. Because Jesus holds the future in His hands. There's a little poem here I'm going to read. Just for today, my Savior. Tomorrow is not mine. Just for today, I ask you for light and health divine. Tomorrow's care I must not bear. The future is all thine. God has taken time to reveal the future to you in His love letter. You need to take the time to love God, to trust God, and to study His word. It is said, this is another poem I'm reading for you. It is said of a man who hadn't time to greet the day, hadn't time to laugh or play, hadn't time to wait a while, hadn't time to give a smile, hadn't time to hear the news, hadn't time to charm or amuse, hadn't time to just be kind, hadn't time to take a rest, hadn't time to act his best, hadn't time to lend or give, hadn't time to really live, hadn't time to hear or cry, hadn't time to say goodbye, hadn't time to read a verse, hadn't time. He is in a hearse. Brothers and sisters, we are down in this time we are living. We are down to the feet of iron and clay. Weak, we are weak and divided. And when I say me, I mean humanity. The human race is weak and divided and will soon pass away. What will the next glorious drama be? Christ and His coming. And let me say something about Christ and His coming, because I know there are many who still can't wrap around the concept that Christ will come again. You know, there are those who live, not you, but there are those who live from day to day, never giving a care in the world. But Christ will come again. And how do we know that? The Old Testament, that first 39 books, prophesies about a Savior that will come. And you know what? He came. The New Testament prophesies about a Savior that will come again. And because he came the first time, as prophesied, we better believe that he will come again the second time, as prophesied. And you know why? When he came the first time, he paid the price for our sin. He paid the price so that we can have salvation. If you are on the way to the airport because you're going to St. Martin, and on the way you stopped by a store and you saw something that you really liked, maybe a big flat screen, and it's the only one they had, and you put a payment on it, and you tell them, look, I'm paying for it, I'm going to St. Martin, give me a receipt, in 1 week I'm coming back, and I'm coming for that big screen I paid for. Now, you have the receipt, you paid for it, you paid the price of it. And now you come back from St. Martin after a week. Or in fact, you decide, well, I'm going to stay in St. Martin. Forget about the big screen. Jesus paid the price on the cross for our sin, to redeem us, so that although we die, we would live again. And he has promised that he will go and prepare a place for us. And if he goes, and he did go, if he goes, he will come again to take us with him, so that where he is, we also will be. So, it seems very reasonable to me that indescribable price that Christ paid on that cross, the horror, the torture, the horrible death on the cross, the price that he paid, it seems to me that he got to come back for those he redeemed, or else his sacrifice on the cross will be in vain. It would not make sense. That is why I know that Christ will come again. And the question is, tonight, are we ready? For some people, for many people, Christ has already come. Because if I had died last night, in a way of speaking, for me, Christ has already come. Because the Bible tells us that upon death, the next thing that we would know is the sound of that trumpet of Christ coming. That's the next thing we will know. The Bible also tells us that 1,000 years is like a winkling of an eye for God. And time as we know it only exists in our conscious state. When we are dead and we are in that grave, or we are cremated, we have no idea of time. The last thing we know is when we took that last breath, and the next thing we will hear is the trumpet of Christ's return. We will not experience a passage of time. It would be like one and then the next. If we were in the grave 1,000 years, it would be as though it was just a moment. Yes? And that is why I say, as a matter of fact, that if I had died last night, in a way of speaking,
maneira de papia.
Christ would have already come.
And
therefore, back to the question,
vai back na pergunta.
Are we ready?
Nós está claro?
Let me repeat.
Lagami repetir.
We are down to the feet
of
iron and clay. In other words, we are in the last days. And this divided world, this pathetic world in which we live, will soon pass away.
Pronto lo acaba.
And so,
assim,
are you ready for Jesus to come?
Bota claro para a vinda de Cristo?
Are you ready?
Bota claro?
How many of you
quanto de nós
want to say,
que bisa,
please pray,
por favor, hace
that
oração,
I will be ready,
lota claro,
and among those
e kuta junto que está,
who will be called out,
kulo guardo chamar,
and given a new body,
kulo guardo donar corpo novo,
and taken up
e vai arriba
to heaven
na cielo,
with Christ,
junto com Cristo,
when He comes
ora
again.
e bem trono.
If you want to be in that number,
se você está em número
if you want to be in that number,
se você está em
please stand to
multitude,
your feet.
por favor, lanta para.
I would ask our elder for tonight
Nós que pedimos anciano para a noite para irmos de uma oração.
Lago nosso hermano. Querido Dios, Tata Celestial, grande botai digno de alabanza. Minha massa de noite, nós podemos escutar de bom amor para com a humanidade. Nós podemos escutar com a predicir tudo o que vai suceder no futuro. E a noite também, minha massa, vamos mirar nossa expressão de que está salvar ora Cristo volve back para de dois pés. Aba mira cada pessoa com a lanta para expressando isso aqui. Tata de cielo nós te pedimos. Para meio de poder de Santo Espírito, seja na manifestação, na expressão de fé a noite, seja para meio de Espírito Santo, de maneira agora Cristo volve back em nome de cielo. Cada pessoa presente aqui na noite com a lanta para demonstrando de maneira e com a deseja também de te salvar, seja agora a bobini. Cada um de nós pode ganhar, claro, para viver Cuba para toda a eternidade. Bendicionar cada pessoa, bendicionar o predicador, o tradutor. E lá com a palavra aqui que nos escuta, porque é gravada em nossa mente para sempre. Despedimos agora aqui com paz, com misericórdia e com graça. Acompanha cada pessoa. E leva-nos os distintos casos que nos pega sano e salvo. E livra-nos de todo perigo e acidente. Queda conosco. Durante o dia amanhã, com Deus que e traz-nos back a trobe. Amanhã à noite. Para nós seguir sem mais. Essa Kiko amor tem a ver com ele. Bendicionar cada um, Senhor. Cuida, proteja-nos. Nós te agradecemos em nome do de Cristo Jesus. Amém.